Welcome to the Woodward Shoutouts Deep Dive podcast, where we uncover the stories hidden beneath our town's surface. Today's episode is based on the article, The Underground Tunnels of Woodward, Truth or Tall Tale. We'll descend into the mystery of what lies beneath Woodward's streets, secret passages, forgotten tunnels, urban legend, or real history. Join us as we explore what may have been buried under our town. Okay, let's unpack this. So the source material we're digging into today, it's not some dusty old record from City Hall.
No, not at all. It's really specific. A first-person account,
Yeah.
from someone who was 17 back in the summer of '83.
Right, and it reads like a cautionary tale, very vivid, focused on this one intense experience hunting for a myth beneath downtown.
That perspective is absolutely key. It's not just history, it's memory. A
Yeah.
potentially traumatic memory layered onto this place, the States Hotel, which already had, well, a reputation.
The States Hotel, yeah. By '83, it was derelict, right? Empty for years.
Shut down for ages.
Yeah.
But everyone knew its past life, that it used to be a brothel.
And that background, the brothel history, it instantly colors the rumors, doesn't it?
It totally does. We're not just talking the vague ghost stories here. It's about secrets, transactions, the kind of stuff a building like that would naturally sort of generate.
Yeah, the folklore really taps into that. The article lists these rumors about the supposed tunnel under the States Hotel.
And they weren't just about, boring stuff like storage or utility lines.
Yeah, they were juicy. All about social hypocrisy, really. You had the classic prohibition story, right? Bootleggers using it to move alcohol. You hear that in lots of old towns.
Sure, that's almost standard. But then you get the really Woodward-specific stuff. The tales that this tunnel was, essential for keeping up appearances.
Like what?
Well, the story goes it was used for local preachers needing to sneak in discreetly.
Oh, wow.
And maybe town politicians needing a quiet way to sneak out.
So the tunnel, whether it was real or just imagined back then, it was seen as this necessary hidden passage for the town's secret life.
Pretty much. It suggests this whole hidden layer to how things worked, politically, morally, in early Woodward.
And then there's that third rumor, which is just bizarre, that it led across the street to an old dentist's office.
Yeah, specifically to a dentist who supposedly pulled teeth without Novocaine.
Ouch. Okay, that's quite the mix.
It is, isn't it? You've got crime, social scandals, even medical dread all wrapped up in one supposed tunnel. It tells you that if it existed, people saw it as central to everything hidden, everything you couldn't talk about openly. Plausible deniability was the name of the game.
But here's the thing. The author of this piece didn't just hear the rumors. They claim they found proof.
Right, and that's where the story pivots. It shifts from just folklore, just stories, into something tangible, something real.
For the author, this wasn't about dusty maps. It was about going down there and looking.
Exactly, in the basement of the States Hotel. And the way they found it, that says a lot, too.
It wasn't behind some big sealed door. It was behind, a rusty water heater.
Yeah, and hidden by just a loose piece of busted drywall and a tangle of old coat hangers, like a really hasty cover-up.
That seems odd, doesn't it? If it was just an old pipe chase or something, you'd think it would be properly sealed off. Brick. Mortar.
Precisely. Hiding it with junk suggests someone wanted it concealed, but maybe, temporarily or just quickly, not officially decommissioned.
So they push aside the drywall
And there are steps, narrow stone steps leading down, and then the tunnel itself brick-lined, about 5 feet wide, and smelling, as the author puts it, musty as old books. It was definitely real.
Wow. Imagine that moment. Finding the thing everyone whispered about. The author calls it like finding Bigfoot holding a Slim Jim, that rush of discovery.
Oh, absolutely, proving the local legend true. But according to the account, that excitement didn't last very long.
No, it faded pretty quick. Why?
Well, they went in about 30 feet, and the author says the whole feeling changed. The air got heavy and still quiet.
Like unnaturally quiet.
Yeah, the echoes of their footsteps seemed to just die. It wasn't just exploring anymore. It felt like they were intruding. That's the shift.
From historical discovery to something else.
Something else entirely. And that feeling gets cemented when they find the objects.
Ah, yes, the objects. This part is really chilling. It wasn't just old junk down there.
No, it felt staged, deliberately placed, and profoundly wrong. The first thing was a chair.
Just a chair.
A wooden hotel chair, the kind you'd expect. Faded red velvet seat covered in dust. But here's the thing. It was sitting right in the middle of the tunnel, facing the brick wall.
Facing the wall. Not facing down the tunnel or back the way they came.
Facing the wall, like someone was put there to stare at the bricks. Or left there mid-act. Yeah.
That image is unsettling on its own. A chair, waiting. But there was something else too, right?
Right next to it. A pair of women's heels. Tiny ones, the author specifies, and one was tipped over on its side.
Okay, so a hotel chair facing the wall and a pair of small women's shoes in this hidden tunnel beneath a former brothel.
Exactly. The chair ties it to the hotel, the institution, but the heels, they immediately bring the brothel connection right into focus, don't they? It feels very personal, very abrupt, like remnants of a specific, maybe tragic moment.
Not just lost objects, things left behind,
Yeah,
maybe in a hurry.
that's the feeling you get. And as they kept going deeper into the tunnel, things got physically tighter too. The walls apparently started closing in.
More claustrophobic. And the sensory details just keep getting creepier. The smell changed again.
Yeah, it started smelling wrong. Not just musty anymore. It was this bizarre mix. Perfume, bleach, and mildew all at once.
Perfume, bleach, and mildew. Okay, let's break that down. Mildew, expected. Perfume, maybe links back to the brothel, the women there.
Plausible. But bleach.
Bleach means cleaning, covering something up, erasing something.
Right. It's the smell of a cleanup job, maybe an unsuccessful one. Trying to sanitize history. Literally, it adds this layer of deliberate concealment of something messy, something maybe awful.
And all this is happening, and they made the classic mistake, right? Only one flashlight.
The rookie mistake, yeah. And just as things are reaching peak tension, the flashlight starts to flicker.
Oh, no. Of course it does. Darkness closing in. Perfect timing.
And when the light starts failing, that's when they hear it.
What do they hear?
The author describes this slow, deliberate clicking sound. High heels coming towards them from the dark end of the tunnel.
Clicking heels. Coming towards them after finding the shoes.
Yeah. An auditory confirmation of those tiny heels they just saw lying there, but then it gets weirder.
Oh.
The clicking stops abruptly. They see a shadow move up ahead in the flickering light, but the sound is gone. The author is very clear. No footsteps, no sound now, just movement.
Silent movement. After hearing footsteps. Okay, that's not just spooky. That's fundamentally unnatural.
That's the breaking point. Pure terror. They turn and run.
I don't blame them. Back the way they came.
Scrambling back towards the basement, yeah. And in the panic, they drop the flashlight. It's dark.
And they make it back to the opening.
They make it back. But as they tumble out into the basement, the heavy door to the tunnel slams shut behind them.
Slams shut. By itself.
The author insists no draft, no reason for it. It just slams shut, sealing whatever was in there back in.
Wow. Okay. The story doesn't just end there, though, does it? There's fallout.
Serious fallout. This wasn't just some scary story they told their friends. The author's friend, Travis, who was with him, he left Woodward entirely about 2 weeks later, moved to Amarillo.
Why? Just because of this?
He claimed he could hear someone whispering his name through the floorboards of his house at night.
Oh, man. So it wasn't contained to the tunnel. It, followed him.
That's the implication. Whatever they disturbed down there, it attached itself, or the fear of it did. He didn't just move away, he fled, cut ties completely. That speaks volumes about the impact.
So bringing this forward, what happened to the States Hotel? It's not still derelict, is it?
No, it got renovated, turned into a clinic back in 1985, actually. They fixed it up, kept some of the nice old features like the marble staircase, spruced up the outside.
But the tunnel underneath.
Almost certainly still sealed. Probably more thoroughly now than just with drywall and coat hangers. But the story, this account, it really drives home a message, doesn't it?
Which is what? Leave well enough alone.
Partly that, yeah.
Yeah.
Some doors are sealed for a reason. Some tunnels maybe should be left undisturbed. The article basically warns you, don't move the drywall, and definitely don't look back if you hear clicking heels.
It suggests the most difficult parts of a town's history. The secrets, the vice, the potential tragedies, they don't just vanish with the renovation.
They get buried, literally,
Yeah.
sealed away, but they're still part of the foundation. The author's final thought is really potent. Just because something's a legend doesn't mean it's a lie.
The fact they found a tunnel proves there was a hidden infrastructure. The terrifying experience suggests what happened in that hidden space might have been much, much darker than just dodging prohibition agents or hiding politicians.
Definitely darker. It points towards the human cost, maybe related to the brothel itself.
So let's reflect on this a bit for the listener. What does it mean for a town, for Woodward, to have these hidden places literally beneath its feet?
Well, I think it means our sense of place, our town's identity, it's built on more than just what we see. There are layers, forgotten histories, uncomfortable truths, maybe even some unquiet spirits, all down there. We're walking over secrets every day.
And how do we carry that past when it's invisible, when it's buried like that?
I think stories like this one are how we carry it, actually, by acknowledging them, by admitting that the past, even the parts involving vice or secrets or tragedy, like the history tied to that brothel, it's still part of Woodward's foundation. It's there, even if it's behind metaphorical drywall now.
Yeah, it makes you think.
And consider the sheer range of those initial rumors, right? Bootleggers, politicians, dentists. It really underscores how vital that hidden network, that tunnel system, was perceived to be for the secret life of old Woodward. It showed how tangled up vice and power were. But this specific account, with the chair, the heels, the silent movement, it points to something far stranger, far more personal and tragic than just corruption.
It suggests the deepest secret wasn't political, maybe, but something tied to human exploitation, hidden away down there.
Exactly, the unacknowledged costs.
So next time you walk downtown, you might ask, what's beneath the sidewalk that we don't see?
Thank you for listening to the Woodward Shoutouts Deep Dive podcast. If you enjoyed this episode and want to keep uncovering more hidden histories of our hometown, be sure to subscribe at woodwardshoutouts.com. Every week, we bring you stories that dig beneath the surface of Woodward past, present, and what's still waiting to be discovered.